So I played the last chance qualifier gauntlet over the weekend, chat, and we qualified for the seasonal tournament on Saturday. So Saturday, I'm going to be streaming Runeterra on a delay, playing in their seasonal until we take 2 losses or we end up going 8-1. So if you're not familiar with the organized play structure, it's a 20k tournament plus some extra in-game cosmetics. And if you go 8-1, you make the top cut for top 32. If you go less than 8-1, you get some in-game prizes depending on how many match wins you got. So they're pick, ban, best of 3. I think I'm pretty happy playing Echo Zillion, and I played J-Slux over the weekend and liked that. If you want to see my run from over the weekend in the gauntlet, it's up on YouTube. I didn't stream that, it just went direct to YouTube. So I played Echo, Zill, J-Slux, and I played Talmal, Talia Malphite, and I wasn't really happy with Talmal. So I think Ahri Lulu I want to be my third deck. We're gonna play that a little bit today, this morning, and maybe we'll play it some more later in the week. I need to find, I'm looking for a third deck. Talking to other people whose opinions I respect about Runeterra and card games, other people have not spoke of the Zig deck highly. Yeah, Plunder might be one I consider too, if this deck doesn't feel good. Urchin and Boom Baboon are pretty good together. Lucy and Hecarim, alright. Nice, we got a Flame Chomps to start. So I was gonna say, we'll wait to play this on 3 after we play Boom Baboon, but... So I don't want to play Ahri Kennen. So I don't want to submit Ahri Kennen for the tournament because on the off chance I run into someone that doesn't want to ban it, I don't think I can outplay people with it. The deck has a lot of lines. I'm gonna go ahead and just Notify this, right? Do I want to play picks to try and push damage? The problem with playing picks to push damage is it gives them blocks. I think I'm going to use my mana to push damage with Twin Disciples here. I'm only going to use 1 to push because they have like a Vile Feast. I'm going to use Twin Disciples to save one of my things, I think.
I'm what nightmares fear. Another day, another monster to slay.
Not a problem when you're by my side.
Crack it open, see what's inside. Soon.
Missed a chance to run.
You have a Vile Feast? You die. Alright. This is part of why I want to play 6. So the other 2 decks I'm playing are also Mystic Shot decks. So I kinda like the idea of just like having 3 Mystic Shot decks. Being able to peel a burn spell and finish a game is seems like a decent place to be in this format. Trundle Tryndamere, Demacia Trundle Tryndamere. I'm only getting the Mystic Shock because I probably don't have a lot of early stuff, but the rest of this hand's kind of a banger. Nice. Yeah, the Draven Rumble deck felt kind of middling when we played it. It's a remitter deck. I don't know what remitter is. That would be sad if they have Avalanche, which is likely a card in their range, but... Do I want to throw away Lulu to kill their ramp card and push 5 damage? I think the answer is yes. I guess I could also just do this and push 8 and leave them the troll. I kind of don't hate that. I'm gonna do that. Is the extension not loaded? It says it's loaded. Maybe Overwolf or whatever it's called is having issues today. That's a nice pickup. Kokobe, thanks for the 26 months. Welcome back. Okay, hopefully they play something here that means they can't avalanche me. And then we just like drop old Sumpy. They Sump and they Avalanche, I'm pretty sad. I guess I don't really want to use Twin Disciples to save from Avalanche anyways, though.
Littles cross easy.
I think if they use a Troll Chant to blow out this block here, that's pretty okay for me. I think this exchange is fine. I have a deny for an avalanche now. Do I want to deploy an Ahri? I guess I really don't want them to deploy another blocker, huh? Okay. Almost made Noopsie. Hugify. Yikes, Beansy. Yeah. What's it called? Is no joke, Omni. Okay, they went to 1. Losing a bunch of units that would otherwise be dying to Avalanche feels like not a big deal. For people that aren't familiar with Runeterra's priority system, the reason why I didn't kill them with Twin Disciples is my opponent elected not to block, at which point damage just happens once they hit skip blocks. You only get a chance to play these if your opponent does something else first. Which I don't think I was supposed to use these proactively. I think putting them low there was fine.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
I think I'm just taking the pass here. We'll burn a little bit of mana. We get to go ahead and drop the Thousand Tails next turn.
The War Mother will unite us all.
The War Mother will unite us all.
Right there.
That didn't do nothing.
This has got to be a troll chant, right? I think I'm fine playing into that. Wait, what?
Close up.
Yes, I accept.
Anything else? Let's see all the colors. Where are you going, Pix? What are you doing?
Considering getting into Runeterra, do you think it's viable for free-to-play user? Yeah. Yeah, Runeterra has the best player economy of any digital card game that exists. Whether you're free-to-playing or spending money, it's the easiest to get into. Easiest to keep up with. I think that puts us to platinum. If not this one, then the next one. Thanks for the 47 months, Elwins. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Nailed it. Yes, yeah. If you decide to spend money, you don't want a free to play grind at all. You can buy a deck outright for like $25 usually. Gosh, it's wild to think Hex is that long ago, Elwins. It's been some time. Some mythic rank equivalent for Runeterra. There's platinum and then it's actually exactly like Arena, right? There's platinum and then diamond. This is basically a pure race matchup. I think with the second Urchin drawn, because racing here is so important, I think with the second Urchin drawn, I just ditched the Boom Baboon on one. We'll go this into this. Yeah, so Runeterra doesn't have any card packs in it. If you're spending money, you literally just get to buy exactly the cards you want. So you don't really feel like you're cheated out of your money like you do with a lot of other card games. Gosh, it has, hasn't it, Owens? I think we just get Lulu down and start supporting. What's going on, Dengazone? Thanks for the 5 months. Okay, I don't think I want to offer my 3-1 for their 1-1 ephemeral here. Ephemeral means it's going away and into turn, but we'll go ahead and attack with this. This will make this a 4-4, and if this bounces off of one of these, that's fine. I might push a little damage here.
Spears ready.
Yeah, and if they have something like this is like fine because I have another Lulu in hand.
The Emperor commands, the land obeys.
I'm gonna open Lulu here because I'll probably throw Lulu in front of a 1/1 here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and trade this off now because it's just gonna trade next turn when I attack, so I might as well not take a damage from it. That's unfortunate. That was a trick that was gonna get us at some point regardless, but feels a little bit bad to get got before we can use her to support something. Okay, we have decent open attacks here, right? I get to go hook you, push 5.
Almost. Got it.
And in the round here.
Give me grace enough to mask my doubts.
I'm gonna block here. Otherwise, this does too. This pump means they don't have good attacks. Yeah. Can I go ahead and Mystic Shot their 2/1 here? And then next turn, I can open attacks, hooking these two on these two. Okay, and now if they want a flawless duet, they don't get to...
Fly true with one heart.
I'm kind of surprised they did this instead of... Yeah, this was bad on their part. So, like, they have no resources left, and all of these have a temporary life, so this attack just, like, actually doesn't do anything. And they don't have this back in play now, so I think that's definitely a mistake on their part. Is Lurk not playable in the turn? I just hate Lurk as a deck, and I won't play it. I don't think it's very interesting or fun. I think we just YOLO this here, huh? Feels like a try to kill you angle. You are the weakest link. Deny. If I didn't have the deny in hand there, I wouldn't have gone all in on the 9/5. Would have spread those out a little bit, but we had the deny, so I felt pretty safe doing that. One of the most important things to always know, and this applies to Runeterra, Magic, any video game, even things like Pokémon Unite, the MOBA we're playing later, is like games, when you're playing them competitively, don't have payouts that are good enough for you to not be having fun. So like, even if you think, like, for example, I think Ahri Kennen's obviously the best deck in this format by a lot, right? But I know on the off chance I have matches where someone doesn't ban that deck, I'm not really going to have fun with it because I won't play it well. So rather than trying to force myself to learn that and not enjoy it, I'd rather just find something else to have in the lineup. I think this Ahri Lulu deck is also pretty good and will also get ban baited a good bit. But I'll have more fun playing it in the event that they leave it up. I think there's also, and this is something that always got me far in paper card game tournaments too, and I was playing a lot of Magic. There's something to be said where when you think a lot of the people you're going to be playing against are better players than you, playing a deck that puts them outside of their element can mitigate some of the fact that they're better than you. So like playing decks like Echo Zillion or Ahri Lulu that people are less likely to have repetitions in against means that I can kind of offset the fact that a lot of the people I'm going to play against in seasonals this weekend probably play a lot more Runeterra than me, and are likely better at it because of that. One boom baboon, please. Never lucky.
giggle can't fix.
Nothing a good giggle can't fix.
Find your own mischief.
I'll just murder this. I think I want to just. Oh no. Oh no. Would it really be a Runeterra stream if I didn't do that at least once? Dear Riot, please give me an option to lock the size of the game window so I don't accidentally do that. Thanks. Do I want to Mystic Shot this Storko? I think so. Boom, baboon. All right. Hey, Tiago. Thank you for the very generous tier 3 and thanks for the 2.5 years. Welcome back. Do I want to do this? I kind of want a boom baboon so I get both my supports in here. Adding a seasonals command sounds good.
Corruption everywhere.
All the colors.
Also do this. This threatens the most damage, right? I think I'm doing this.
Beautify.
And then they put this here, and we'll twin disciples to save this.
Let's go around again.
Yeah, this is probably my third deck for the weekend. I like my other two, Jace Lux and Echo Zillia. This one seems fine. Mystic shotting people is satisfying. Get them close, burn them out. Kindred Lux, eh? Deny's probably a pretty good keep against Kindred Lux. This 2-3 is good. See if they feast upon my boom baboon here or not. There's also good EV in playing this deck because you get to say Boom Baboon. Which is in contention for the best name ever in a card game. So I'll get to Sump, ditch the Chomp here. And then next turn we'll get to Lulu whilst holding up Nopify thanks to our spell mana. Not blocking this. Don't want them to get the Escaped Abomination when it dies.
Yep, that tasted purple.
Jinx had a more conventional supplier once, but the two of them had a small falling out, by which we mean the supplier fell out a window, by which we mean the supplier was blown out of a window by Jinx. We just played our Kindred out into my... Yeah, sure, deal. Who would win, shit? One champion or a chompy boy? My money's on the chompy boy. I think that was a shame conceit. I think that was a, we didn't realize Chompy Boy was gonna be a 4-4. Morning, Dwight. This deck that we're playing is basically like Flame Chomps the deck. Both of our champions make the chompers effectively deal damage, which is great. How did I rank up in Unite last night? We had a pretty medium set overall, if I'm being honest. I think I ended Vet 5 and 2 pips. However, I've cracked the ladder system for this afternoon, Dwight. My Unite segment this afternoon, I'm actually going to be playing as a sub for TTV for their team practice / ladder session. One of their 5 had something else to do, and they asked me if I wanted to play with them, which I of course snapped off. I think I'm subbing for Goof. I think Lutano asked if I knew Pikachu. Yeah, he said playing Pika or something, so I assume I'm playing attacker.
The sun rock got me good.
Step lightly.
I didn't do nothing.
Didn't do nothing.
It's a trap.
Taking your blocks when you can get them against this deck has a lot of value, because blocking's not particularly good. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, ba-boom. Nice, nice.
Where they fall, freedom grows.
I kind of want... I think I'm just doing this.
Fight for the first lands.
It's region pairs you can't have for seasonals. So I'm actually gonna be playing 3 different PNZ decks, I think, for Saturday. What, you to 7? I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Do 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 do.
We Ionians always remember those who came before us.
Yeah, this deck's very good. I feel like this deck that I'm currently playing only doesn't get played because you can't play it in the same lineup as Ahri Cannon. And Ahri Cannon's probably a bit better, but this deck's also very good.
I wish I could give you
Burn, baby, burn. Do 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 do. Beep beep do 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 do. Yes, we have not put an Ahri into play yet. That is accurate. Yes, yeah, I agree with that. This is a Lulu deck that plays Ahri. Is a good summary of like what is this deck doing. It's a Lulu deck that plays Ahri. Which honestly, if you're someone that's like looking for a deck to fit into a lineup with Ahri Kennen, it's probably like, I think I like playing Ahri and I'm not playing Ahri Kennen, so I'm not going to explore this myself before seasonals, but it's probably worth exploring this shell with a different champion over Ahri. Thanks for the follow, Jaborki. Yeah, exactly that, King. Just play something else over Ahri. You play something like Zed? Yeah, that could be fine. I think I'm in to get excited in this matchup because killing Misfortune has a lot of value. No, I'm actually prepping for seasonals because I'm not intending to play in it.
Let's get it, crew.
Felt like the appropriate big brain play. Think we're just murdering this so it doesn't eat picks. You can qualify for seasonals via being Masters top 700, but you can also qualify for seasonals by playing in the Last Chance Gauntlet. Which is what I did over the weekend. The Runeterra overlay is down this morning. It is loaded on my computer and on Twitch and it is not working. I apologize for the inconvenience. So I think we're Ahri into recall the Pix here, because otherwise the Pix is going to get eaten by this next turn.
I never steps into moonlight. Came a long way for a bullet.
Dead. Pix was definitely super awkward here against Fleet Feather Trekker. Yeah, not having to care about ladder MMR is broken. Stressing about that kind of stuff takes a lot of the fun out of games, regardless of what it is. LeBlanc Ash. It's like mid-range stuff. We keep Chomps most openers. This is actually kind of gas. So I get to go Poro Cannon, discard the. Wow, this is actually kind of absurd. Wow. I wasn't sure if I was sold on the Pixes, but I'm kind of sold on the Pixes now. That was just like a cracked turn 2. I don't think LeBlanc Ash is usually an Avalanche deck, so I don't think I'm going to play around that. Do I want to Lulu is a question. I don't know. I think I do. I think I do.
Well, this isn't the glade.
She'll level on this attack. Because Pixel support and she'll support. So the orders of attackers matters in Runeterra. Adds a lot of complexity to the game. So Lulu will make this a 4/4, and then Pix will make this a 4/4, and then she'll swap over here and eat this, and then Lulu's gonna level into a 4/4. So a lot of fours.
Where are you going, Pix? What are you doing? Nice.
Honestly, stale moves, while there's definitely a lot of like big-brained overthinking you can do when it comes to building Runeterra lineups, my recommendation would just be find 3 decks that you like that don't overlap and play them. There definitely can be more depth than that to what's going on, but at the core you'll have a good time doing that, I think. If you want to play. Just bring 3 decks that you like playing, and then every time you look at the pick ban stage, just ban the deck you want to play against the least. Yes, Ahri rebuying Chomp is also good.
I will unite the Freljord.
Pix makes perfect.
I think I'm gonna play a Boon Baboon here. This could be a cast flame chump thing. It could just be like Zonite, discard the chump to the. That's probably the line.
Anything else?
As the arrow flies,
So this should frostbite this.
swiftly now.
That didn't do nothing.
Then
The time is right. Strike now.
okay, now this makes the thing it supports a 5/5 now. So I can make you vulnerable.
Get him, Pix.
And then we can go Lulu, support you. This is the best way to push the most damage here. Lulu support you. You support you, but I probably want this at the end. So I don't think I want Ahri to go back.
Faster.
Can you hear your heartbeat? I can.
This is lethal by a lot, right? I'm just trying to figure out the way I can push the most damage around frostbites here. They're probably dead a few different ways we slice that, but I just, practicing thinking through optimal to push is worthwhile. There's a lot of permutations the way that could play out. Like, and I could choose to like try and prioritize killing their cards there, but I think we'd just rather kill them. So I think we want to like hook both of their two things into 0 power things and like push the most damage with the rest of the board. Have I played any Talzigs at all? I mentioned this earlier, but people that I know whose opinions I value told me Talzigs isn't very good. Or it's less powerful than other options in the format. So that might be something that I poke at after seasonals on stream, but it's not a deck that I'm considering for seasonals itself. I think I'm gonna keep Lulu and Mulligan the rest of these. Looking for some chumps to go with her. Runeterra is completely free-to-play friendly, but if you're like me and you spend money on card games, you can buy any deck in Runeterra outright for like less than 30 bucks.
Hearts should run free. 2 steps into moonlight.
Yep, that tasted purple.
Thanks for the 24 months, Aether Wild. Appreciate it. This card's so good. I don't think I want to attack this in. We're just chilling.
Extra hands never hurt. Let's go.
So, if they attack like this, and I Mystic Shot their center thing, Lulu gets to eat the Ahri, right? Is how this works? Yes. Okay. This seems like a good ending board state for us. I won't win this game because they have infinite blockers. Call. I don't have deck lists of any kind that are maintained on my website anymore. Honestly, Dr. Corvax, if you're someone like me, I hate grinding too. If you buy one deck, by the time you get bored of that deck, you will likely incidentally have acquired enough resources to build another.
I'll see all this world.
Like, it's actually just that reasonable. But yeah, if you're someone that doesn't like grinding free-to-play games, then I'm with you. Just buy your first deck, and then you'll probably incidentally have another one, just from playing. So, What I'm about to say isn't intended to come off as a positive or a negative. It is simply me being descriptive, in my opinion. But I think one of the reasons a lot of people bounce off of Runeterra that enjoy other card games is because Runeterra is a lot less relaxing than most other card games to play because of the pressure the priority system creates on players. In basically every other card game, you have brain breaks while playing the game. And in Runeterra, because you constantly have resources and a handful of cards, there's always choices to be making, which means you never get to like pause and just wait for things to happen. You have to be ready for things to happen all of the time. And this is kind of a feels bad moment here. This is if Runeterra had sideboards, I would have 1, 2, 3 cards in my hand right now that we'd be boarding out. So I think we're about to, I'm actually just gonna concede here. And it's not because they have too many blockers, but because Notify and Deny just don't have text.
I've lost myself again.
Hey, Colonel Yogi, thank you very much for the tier 2 and for the 3/4 of a year. I appreciate you keeping me around. Like, I'm someone that's, like, played card games for my job for a long time, and, like, I can do, like, you know, a 6, 7, 8 hour session of Magic and it be nothing. But, like, Runeterra, if I try and do Runeterra for, like Saturday might be a bit of a challenge if we run deep. I guess the upside to Saturday is I could take a break between matches. I probably won't play in between rounds, but it's definitely, more challenging to stay engaged because, like, you're engaged constantly. I might want this Mystic Shot against their deck. I guess the Poro Cannon's actually not very good. Yeah, I'm going to keep the interaction against their aggro deck here. Looking for some Chomps here to pair with our things that discard cards. Get Excited's a good pickup in general, though, because it'll clap a Misfortune.
Nice to meet you. I'm Isla.
The forest and I are one.
Oh, Gumarai.
Catch me if you can.
I don't think this archetype usually plays Make It Rain, so I think I just take this this block here. Is Notify a card that I want here? Probably not. They're mostly burst speed. Baboon! Baboon! So next turn we'll have
It found you.
next turn we'll have 2+3, so we can boom Baboon and then get excited to clap Misfortune. Nice. Now because we drew that, we could just lead on it. So now I have to decide, would I rather kill Misfortune or would I rather kill their Valor token? I think I'd rather kill the Valor, because otherwise it's going to get to kill this and this with its Challenger plus whatnot. And then next turn, Ahri plus Flame Chomps can kill Misfortune.
Love ya.
Think I want to play things before we attack here. I guess I could play out something big that makes Ahri's attack not great, but I'm gonna get to like go sump into Flame Chomps here, so should have okay attacks, I think.
Soldiers, to me.
Oh, I guess with the Chomp, this is actually pretty safe, right? Because I know she's gonna quick attack and then move over. Looking to dodge Ranger's Guile and another Sharp Sight here. Wow, that's brutal. Oh, I guess the Make It Rain actually isn't that brutal. I lied. It missed all of my X1s. So, Ahri dies, but they still go to 3. That could have been worse. For sure. And they're at 3, and their deck doesn't gain life. And I'm gonna get to drop this Thousand Tails and draw 2, drawing towards a bunch of burn in my deck.
I ought to show you the sights of Bilgewater. The sights are fine. The smells, on the other hand.
Okay. Alright, and that is 2 Elusive Idiots for next turn. She is not leveling this turn, needs 1 more attack.
There's plenty of killing there. We march.
We have 1 spell left. Did the elusives. Alright, let's get 1 more good game in with this, and we'll flip on over to some Magic Arena for a little bit. My loose stream schedule for the week is play about an hour Runeterra each morning to prep for the seasonal. Then we're going to do 1 alchemy and 1 historic deck on Magic Arena, and then we're going to be wrapping the day up with some Pokémon Unite. I think we keep the Poro Cannon to pair with the Chomp from the Baboon here. Mystic Shot's not a terrible pickup against the Pirate Aggro deck. Nice. Deny is kind of slow and bad here, and I have something else to discard the Chomps to, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and cycle the Deny. Let's just push 2 points of damage here, which is nice. That's a great pickup. It means we get to go Boom Baboon on 2, and then Poro Cannon, ditch the Chomps, Lulu on 3, attack with the Chomps as a 4/4.
I have my order.
Tradesies.
Timing is everything.
Deal. I think we're actually the control deck in this matchup, so a trade like that early seems good for us. I haven't played this matchup before, but my gut says, looking at the deck list on paper, that we're the control deck.
Just need a second.
I think what I mean by that for people at home when I say I'm the control deck, I mean as the game goes long, I think my deck is favored to win. So that means I'm going to proactively be taking trades, just trying to extend the length of the game. So hopefully they play Misfortune after I play Lulu, and then we savage them.
Wherever here is.
I also accept Grenadier. So I didn't want to save a point by instant speed chomping because that gives them extra information when I play the Lulu out next turn. I want the chomp following the Lulu to be a surprise. So I'm trading a point of life in that spot for, I think we were high enough that I could afford to trade a point of life to be able to get a sequencing thing like that. Yeah, I think this is my 3rd deck for the weekend. This felt really clean. Man, that's a lot of Nopifies and Denies. This might be a touch too many of these effects. I might want one less Dopify. I guess we do have a lot of the you discard stuff. So like when we flood on them, we can sort through them. We have 9 ways to discard. I'll have to stew on that. You consider Wayfarer Hatchling. I saw the list on Mobalytics playing Wayfarer Hatchling, but I don't really understand why I want a 7-drop in my deck. Windfarer Hatchling. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really think I want... I don't really think I want a 7-drop in my deck. Like, this gets the pass because it, like, draws me burn spells in a lot of instances. So, like, it kind of has reach. Pix was really impressive at a couple points in that set. Middling and others, but I think worth the slot. The game we got to go Pix into Ahri, Poro Cannon, discard Chomps, like kill your 2/3 with Ahri supported by Pix and Chomps was really gas. Honestly, if I cut, speaking of peeling burn spells to kill them, if I cut a Nopify, I might just want to play like an Aftershock or some. Is Aftershock the best other burn spell I can play in this deck? Like if I wanted another piece of reach. It is in fact show unowned. It's the only option. That might be an okay option. Our curve would still be fine with that exchange, and just like there's a lot of games where you just like push a lot of damage early and then you're like, okay, kill you from like 5 to 7. Harpoon. This? No. Oh, it's not. It's Bandle City. Yeah, this is Ionia PNZ. She's a Bandle City card, but we're playing the Lulu half of her, or the Ionia half of her. So that's something to think about. I think we're probably gonna play more of this later this week. But I think for the time being, I'm gonna put an Aftershock in. Oh, these could actually be options too. It's probably just Aftershock. I think I like the idea of a 7th burn spell, but you know, could go a few different ways.